Well, howdy there, Moose Tube friends. Lone Moose here. Today I'm going to start curing another big old pork belly to make some more bacon. I've eaten up everything that I made in the first batch, and it turned out so good. In fact, last weekend I fried up the last of it along with a package of store-bought bacon, and the difference is night and day. I almost can't eat the store-bought bacon anymore. So it's like, all right, bud, you need to get your butt in gear and make some more. So what I've got here, bought this at Costco, is from Swift. It's 10.73 pounds. So I'm basically going to cut it about in half and have a couple of 5-pound slabs. What I'm going to be curing it with is going to be some, this will stop and rolling, John Henry's Pecan Rub. Half of it is going to get the, there now, we'll stop, the fireweed syrup. And then, of course, is going to be brown sugar and kosher salt. So the ratio here is going to be a half a cup of brown sugar, a half a cup of kosher salt, and a half a cup of the John Henry's Pecan Rub for both of them. And then the one I'm going to call, Part B, is also going to get a half a cup of the fireweed syrup. And they're going to cure in the refrigerator, excuse me, for about 7 to 10 days. And then we'll smoke up. So let me get this out of the package and we'll get started. Okay, folks, as you can see, we got us a really good looking piece of pork belly here. So we're going to cut it in half. Let's see, so roughly we're about 20 inches, so about 10 inches right in there. This is not scientific, so boom. Alright, nice easy slice. I'm going to do something a little different this time that I didn't do the last time. And that's my little device here, the kind of a tenderizer. But it may also help some of the flavoring penetrate into the bacon. So I'm going to try it and see anyway. I mean, realistically, what can it hurt, right? In case you didn't watch the first series of making bacon videos, this is number 2. Trying things a little different this time. If you're interested in the first ones and how they all came out, you can find that link either on my channel, or if I remember when I get ready to make all of this, I'll post it below. Now, when I got this out of the packaging, I went ahead and measured up the cure and got it in bowls. Half a cup each. I don't want to yell too much on that microphone right there by my head. I'm not used to that. Half a cup each of kosher salt, brown sugar, and the pecan rub. And I've already got the one that's just straight mixed up. I'm going to do the second one here in a second for you, where I'm going to add the syrup to it and kind of make it a paste. You know, give it a little bit of an Alaskan flair with the fireweed syrup. Let's get this in the pans. Now here is the one that I haven't mixed up yet. I'm going to get these gloves off, get my fork, and start mixing it up. Smells really good. I really like that John Henry's pecan rub. I use it a lot, and this is all that I have here. Yeah, I believe on knocking on myself when I do something, you know, kind of clinically stupid. And of course, I did. I had a great big jar of this. I have. But it's already packed away for the Alaska move. And so when I get ready in 7 to 10 days, I don't have any of this stuff to sprinkle on again right before I smoke it. So now I got to get online with John Henry's and order it and wait to smoke until it gets here. So yeah, I'm educated far beyond my intellectual capacity sometimes. Okay, so we have that. Now let's pour out half a cup of the fireweed syrup. And I might have to find me a source in Alaska to order this from. It may end up using a little more than that. We'll see here. See how this mixes up. Because like I said, we want to kind of make a paste out of it that'll stick to the slab. And yep, it's going to need more. I can see that already. As I say, this is all so scientific. We had a half a cup. Give it another splash until I get the consistency of what I want. Because I really liked the taste of the previous one that I did with the fireweed syrup. Now, I've never done one in a cure yet. There we go. That's kind of what I'm looking for. See if that last little bit will drain out of there. Hate to let it go to waste. Get that mixed in. Perfect. And then this is the other mixture that I put together. That is dry without the syrup. Let me get another pair of gloves on here, and I will get to rubbing this cure in. I go through a lot of gloves, and that's okay in my book. I'm actually going to start with the dry cured one first, so I don't have to change gloves again. You want this to really go on well. Helps if you keep your glove on while you're doing this. And once I put this in the refrigerator, you know, every day or every other day, then you have to get it out, flip it over, and let it continue its cure process. Because what the cure does is going to draw the moisture out of here. And I don't use pink salt. No pink salt, no preservatives in this. So basically, once I get it cured and then smoked, it gets frozen, and that is my antibacterial process. And I was just guessing as to whether, you know, a half a cup of each would be enough, and it is. In fact, probably it's a little too much, because the last time I did this on a smaller piece, I used 1/3 cup of each. Okay. Set that off to the side. Get this guy on here. Oh yeah, its paste is really setting up good. And this is going to get messy, but that's okay. You know, if you don't get messy when you're doing things like this, you ain't doing it right. At least in the world according to the old lone moose. Again, you got to get it down on the sides, the edges. I'll stand this up here in a second. It's almost like putting out mortar for setting tile. You know, you plop it out and then you got to spread it out with your trowel. Well, this is my trowel. You got to cover the sides real good. As this pulls the moisture out of here, it's really going to make a lot of juice. Okay, put that down. What the heck with that? A little bit of a flap right there. So make sure we get some of that cure in there. Over, under, and all around. And you know, I mentioned this in my first video, but I use these glass baking dishes for the curing process because everything I've seen and read said that using metal is bad news because it will interact with the cures or the pink salt. Of course, like I said, I'm not using pink salt, but I prefer not to take any chances. So that looks like that's cured up. Now I'm going to try and get these gloves off. Wrap this with a cling wrap, put them in the refrigerator, and then, like I said, every day, every 2 days, you flip them over, make sure the cure is still covering everything, and when I'm ready, I will be back and we will smoke these puppy dogs up. Y'all stay safe out there. Hit the like and subscribe. I've actually gained 3 subscribers overnight. I think that's the first time I've ever done that, so cool. Hopefully everyone's ready for Christmas and you know to stay safe. You know what to do in the COVID world. You know, the vaccines are starting to come out, but until it's declared that the national emergency was over, stick with the 6 guidelines, which is no large gatherings, social distancing, wash your hands, use hand sanitizer, wear your mask, and keep your hands away from your face. So this is Lone Moose out until it's time to smoke these things. You take care.